Today is the sixth Sunday of Ordinary Time, Cycle C. The context of the first reading from the prophet Jeremiah is the dependence of Israel on God for the security from enemies and to enjoy peace. The Israelites needed to trust God and not rely on other human beings like the Egyptians for security from the advancing Babylonian Empire. If they rely on others, their nation will be like a tree in a dry, parched land that will die from drought or a bushfire. If the people trust God, they will enjoy peace and stability, like a tree planted by the side of water. They will not be stressed from the heat or drought and will bear fruit. Many years earlier, when the Assyrian king Sennacherib had surrounded Jerusalem with an army of 300,000 during the reign of King Hezekiah, defeat and destruction had appeared inevitably. However, on the night before the attack on Jerusalem, 185,000 of the Assyrian soldiers had died of a mysterious disease, and Sennacherib had to retreat. God saved his people. Do we believe in trusting God for our security? If we wish to save up money for every possible accident or mishap, we will never have enough money saved. Therefore, we will be unwilling to share our blessing with others less fortunate than ourselves. Our excuse will be that I do not have enough hoarded for every eventuality. Therefore, I will not help others until that is completed. However, the generous person knows that God will help him or her if she or he is late in need after helping others. The loving person will be prepared to part with all of his or her savings for the love of the life of another. A mother will spend all her savings to save her child. You believe in the resurrection. You believe that when you die, life is changed and not ended. St. Paul tells us that if Christ did not rise from the dead, our faith is in vain. Therefore, if there's no resurrection, we ought to eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we shall die, and there will be nothing less beyond this life. How we live our lives may tell us what we truly believe more than what we profess to believe. How are we preparing in this life to ensure that we will enjoy the next? Most probably, people probably do not give this notion much thought. The answer is simple. Try to become loving, compassionate, and merciful like Jesus, who is the way, the truth, and the life. This is only possible when we repeatedly practice acts of love, compassion, and mercy. God is love. As we become more loving in this life, we become more like God. Therefore, at the end of our days, we shall be joined to Him who is love itself. According to the National Football Players Association, the average active life of a player, except the quarterback, is 2.5 years. During our years, the annual salary could be millions of dollars. Those whose playing time is short rarely plan ahead for a life without football and have to take up menial jobs to make ends meet. None of us will live forever in this world. If we are fortunate and enjoying prosperity now, let us make sure we practice loving kindness to build up treasure in heaven so as to enjoy prosperity in the next life. The book of Revelation was written around the year 100, the Common Era. However, it was bold and ambitious in predicting the victory of Christianity over the mighty Roman Empire. The fate of the persecuted Christians did not change until Constantine became emperor in the year 313 of the Common Era. Christians have always been willing to suffer and endure persecutions, knowing that in the end they will prevail. Luke's Sermon on the Plain differs from Matthew's Sermon on the Mountain. While Matthew's Sermon on the Mount is directed towards the spiritual kingdom and the rewards of the afterlife, Luke focuses on the disadvantages and the present suffering of Christians. While hardships and suffering do strengthen our faith, they are not meant to be a permanent state of affairs. The constant strife to make the kingdom of God a society of peace and justice a reality on earth will transform the current society so that those who suffer unjustly will have their rewards. Those who prosper and enjoy the benefits of an unjust system and who do nothing to change the system will experience a reversal of fortune. Great injustices left unchecked lead to revolution and